I've decided my guardsmen will support you. You will meet them at Count de la Croix Mill. It stands along the Saône Retour River, near the Cockatrice Inn. Captain de la Tour and his men will await you there at midnight. You shall storm the castle together.
You shan't turn back around.
You know, at least we have the help of Damien and his guard. But I don't know, I still get the feeling that we're kind of riding into the lion's den here.
Keep calm.
Which, trust me, is not a good feeling to have when many people's lives are on the line. So for some reason, a little warning popped up, just kind of letting us know that we were about to reach a point, at least in the main story, that wouldn't allow us to go back and complete certain side quests. Didn't really say which ones, which obviously can be a bit of a problem, especially if some of those ones tend to be pretty damn good. But we're here doing this one, not exactly sure what it is, but it wants us to investigate some isle. I don't know, sounded at least a little bit interesting, so I figured we might as well try and knock it out, just in case. And other than this one, I'm not sure we have any that really sound like they'll be affected. But there is one, I think it's up north just a bit, that we might want to try and get. Alright, well this must be whoever we're supposed to investigate.
I'm walking on water. Just like...
Like who?
Like a pond skater. Who are you thinking?
No matter. I suppose you thought nothing else in life could surprise you, eh? Wrong.
Yeah, I can see that now.
Hey, happen to know how the hell I can walk on that water?
Naturally, I know. Since time immemorial have I dwelt in solitude on this shore, and I can testify to the extraordinary nature of the lake.
What's so extraordinary about it? I mean, besides the fact that you can walk on its surface.
A sword, most wondrous, lies in its depths. I watch over it. The blade may be grasped solely by one who possesses the 5 chivalric virtues.
Folk call me a lot of things, but virtuous? I don't know.
Yet I do know, for I know who you are. You have proven yourself capable of great sympathy. You are a man of honor, as many can attest. Of humble means yourself. You show generosity to others. Your valor is the stuff of legends. To acquire the sword, you must first convince me you are worthy. The inscriptions on the stones describe the 5 virtues: valor, honor, wisdom, sympathy, and generosity. During your time in Tucson, you can prove these virtues dwell in your heart. In this world, there are many in need. They will help you prove your chivalry.
Alright, so that's a really good thing we found this one then, because for all we know, this convincing we need to do might take place during the main story. But yeah, like Geralt said, not too sure if he's really the most chivalrous guy. But maybe these stones will help us learn how. So this one says, no man can be called good who does not share his prosperity with others. Generosity is required for dignity in life and peace in death. So generosity, I'd say Geralt has that. At least with certain people. And this one is valor. And it reads, "Valor does not make one good. Yet how many good men have you met in your life's journey who were cowards? Those who possess valor do not hesitate to stand against the majority, no matter what the consequences." Alright, well that one definitely sounds like Geralt. How about this? "There are many traits which bear witness to a man's true nature. Compassion is what separates men from beasts. Whoever feels sympathy for his fellow man will never turn a blind eye to misfortune. He will instead always stand in defense of the wronged." Once again, that one does sound like Geralt, at least in most cases. "Honor cannot be purchased. Honor also cannot be sold. For its value is greater than all the treasures in the world. Yet one can lose it, and whoever does so shall have sullied his name for all eternity. A truly honorable man stands behind his actions, and faces every challenge, and refuses to lie." Well, that was completely true up until the lying point, but whatever. Sounds like this one's wisdom, and it reads, "Wisdom is a virtue which one should strive to cultivate throughout one's life, for it is impossible to be so wise, one cannot become even wiser. The wise know this. As we journey through life, we should seek to make wise choices. Remember, wise choices are not those which make our lives easier or simpler. Often, they make them more complicated, but always make us better." Yeah, I'd say Geralt's pretty wise. Once again, at least for the most part. But it doesn't sound like we need to go back to that guy. So like it says, I guess we'll just have to wait for our chance to prove ourselves. But I did mention heading up north, just to make sure we didn't miss anything, so maybe we ought to do that right now. So just a quick side note, I honestly don't know what the hell is in store up around these areas, but I do remember one of my buddies telling me there was something pretty damn good up here in terms of a quest, or I guess just a little something on the side. Now, where exactly it is, I'm not too sure. Although I think we've been to those ruins there, so it might be a bit off towards the left. Sort of in the direction of where that marker is, although even that thing may be a little ways off. Guess we're about to find out, though. See, there's some kind of a cave down there, but once again, I don't know if that's the thing, or I do remember seeing a question mark. Maybe somewhere down there, or we could even check out whatever that place is. Because I think that cave we just ran across was maybe just a little bit of buried treasure, or some kind of a killable monster.
Take it easy.
Yeah, here we go. This is it, isn't it? At least I think so, unless... Oh yeah, there is one here. What does that say? There can only be one? Oh no, that's the quest we're on. Okay, so let's go get this new one then.
Give me peace, please. What makes you insist on me as your victim? What?
You're tormented. By what?
Forgive me, but I must ask directly. Are you a man? I no longer trust my senses.
No, I'm afraid you were wrong. I'm a witcher.
Not exactly. I'm a witcher. Quite a few folk think I don't deserve to be classified as a member of the human species. Know some personally.
A witcher? But no, nor can you help me.
We'll see. Just tell me what the problem is.
A foulness, a demon or wraith, haunts me, grants me no rest. It wants something. I sense this, but know not what. Each day it appears, tarries, then leaves. It's here now, there, beyond the trees.
Don't see a thing.
Of course not. It cannot be seen.
Yet you see it?
Only when I drink the brew, which brings a pain to my head, nausea. But I endured these to keep an eye on the wraith, my tormentor.
Well, since you've seen it, maybe you could tell me what this thing looks like.
This demon of yours, can you describe it?
It is an enormous horse, its hoofbeats pounding in the dark. It gallops to me, stops, stares, then runs on.
Sure it's not just a wild horse, run-of-the-mill?
The creature is not of this world. When it gazes at me, a terrible chill pervades my soul. It is evil condensed, its eyes black, void. Each time it comes, terror grips me. I cease what I'm doing, still my breath and heart.
You know, that does sound a little bit like something we've seen before. Back when we had to kill that creature for the crones, although we did let that one go, didn't we? But I remember it being some kind of a mix between a horse and a wraith, if that makes any sense.
What's your brew made of? Gotta wonder what's causing such strong visions. You drop in some mushroom, jumper tub, dancing dewlap?
Close. The common grey top. I see you know your herbs.
Grey top? Variety's extinct if I recall correctly.
Nearly, but not quite. I was able to grow a few from dried spores. I'd hoped a brew of grey top would reveal this nightmare. I was not wrong.
Far as I know, grey top produces some powerful side effects. Though it can, in fact, reveal the hidden, the immaterial.
Yes, I see the evil. Better that than to know it is there, but not know where.
Alright, well, if this thing really is real, I guess I better see what I can do.
Fine. You seem sure something's out there. I'll see what I can do. Start by taking a look around.
So what exactly is this one called? Oh, unless maybe it's a Witcher contract? Oh yeah, it is. And it does involve a phantom. Although I think that horse thing I was talking about might have been a demon even. So it was a little bit worse than I think what we're dealing with here, but at least there's some similarity.
Dead moths. Attracted to some ghosts like to the light of a candle. Seems there's at least some truth to the hermit's ravings.
Well, that can't be all. What else is around here?
What must I do to banish you, to rid myself of this torment?
Yeah, nothing out of the ordinary around here. Although we could still check. Maybe somewhere over this way? No, then it's gotta be behind the house somewhere. Wait a second. Why does she have a wolf? That's gotta be, what, the second person we've seen? Caring for one of those things? But yeah, nothing else out here, so we'll have to head inside. Okay, let's see what this thing is. Fellow sons and daughters of Lebioda, the end is nigh. Mend your ways and put your faith in the good tome. For our prophet has written, to shun the pleasures of the flesh and shirk from comfort is at times recommended. and to value one's neighbor's fortune above one's own comfort is commendable. That is why we, the Enlight Day Flagelants, scourge ourselves and torment our flesh to ensure all folk of the world enjoy long and prosperous lives. Whatever evil, sickness, or misconduct lurks in this world's dark corners survives not because we have been neglected in striking our backs with the whip. Okay, not sure how much help that was. But what the hell are these things?
Common gray top. Strong hallucinogen. Thought extinct. Don't often get to see that.
So some kind of a mushroom?
Drops of blood on the pillow. Trail of them leading to the window. Shutters closed tight. Need to check the other side, see if the trail continues.
And it does indeed. Not sure how we didn't see this before, though.
Trail of blood starts at the pillow, ends here. Medallion's still vibrating.
You were very late. It looked at you, then galloped into the woods.
Something drinks the hermit's blood at night. That I know. Gotta talk to her. Maybe she can tell me something more.
Witcher.
Yeah, you really do have a problem. Some kind of a wraith, it sounds like. But this life of the flagellant, why'd you choose this path?
Heard flagellants whip themselves to atone for all humankind's wrongs. To appease the gods, gain their forgiveness. That why you do it?
We've each our own reasons. I seek to atone for the suffering of a living being, which once fell victim to another's vanity. I care not for humankind, preferring instead the company of animals.
Alright, well, like I said, we've got to do something about this wraith.
Most likely some kind of wraith's tormenting you. Can't tell what kind, though. Felt weak, spent lately? Noticed bite marks on your skin?
As I said, I feel weaker by the day. And bites, of course. There are lice and midges here aplenty.
This isn't lice. Something much bigger drinks your blood while you sleep.
But I do not sleep. Not a wink. He's always present, always watching. I cannot bear it any longer.
Sadly, not much I can do. Can't exterminate it if I can't see it.
The Grey Top. I shall make a brew of it for you. I've 2 mushrooms left. Enough for 1 dose. Perhaps then you'll see what I do.
Alright, but like you said, there are bad side effects that come along with that stuff, aren't there?
This mushroom, even in me, could produce some nasty, unpredictable side effects.
True. There is no knowing how Grey Top would affect a mutated body.
Well, I guess we don't have any other choice, do we?
A proper brew could be our only chance to figure this out.
Alright, well, let's get to it.
Alright, high time we tried this. If I start muttering something about unicorns or sorceresses, ignore it. Don't see no wraith.
Wow, this clover's amazing. Now that's what I call a bouquet.
Who said that?
Oh, you're awake. Had me worried. You were out way too long. Even considered giving you some white honey. Kinda hard to do with hooves, though.
Roach?
Oh no, this has gotta be one of the side effects. There's no way this is real.
Your voice. It's, interesting. Gotta say, I expected a young mare to sound, girlish.
Based on what? Your vast experience with talking animals? Far as I know, I'm your first.
Good point.
It doesn't help that we gave him that creepy helmet.
Must be the brew that did this. Interesting side effect.
Great, isn't it? You should take this stuff more often. Got so many pointers I could give you.
Can't, sadly. Drinking this too often could prove fatal.
Well, since I've got your attention, mind answering a few questions?
Hey, know how you always show up when I whistle? How's that work exactly?
Well, you're my human. Gotta be there when you need me. Yes, I'll be there for you, ooh, as the world falls down.
Still kinda strange. How you cross the ocean when I call sometimes, but then get hung up on the tiniest fence. What's that about?
What can I say? Everyone's got limits.
Okay. If you don't mind, I do need to track down a wraith. I mean, if you want to tag along, feel free.
Listen, got this contract I need to finish before the brew wears off.
Right. Monster won't slay itself. Let me see. First up, I need to know what we're dealing with. Follow me, and try not to trample any plants or small animals. Geralt, we gotta inspect this area closely. I'll look for clues. You stand there and... well, just stand.
Right.
Roach, you know I'm the Witcher, right? No offense, buddy, but you're still just a horse. Anyways, you see anything over here? Oh, and by the way, if you don't like the grass I've been feeding you, now might be the time to tell me. Not sure we're gonna get another chance.
Will you look at that?
Alright, finally. I swear he was standing there for like an hour.
Don't see anything here.
These are hoof prints. Not just any old horses either. These were left by an astral being. Otherworldly. We gotta follow them.
Well, lead the way, because I sure as hell don't see anything. Roach, are you, feeling alright?
Geralt, look! This here's definitely a clue!
The moths? Yeah, I've already seen these.
Dead moths often mean a phantom's nearby.
Thanks, Captain Obvious. Now, what about the smell? Same whiff I caught at the cemetery in Vizima when we were hunting ghouls. The smell of... death.
Smells normal to me. Not taking me for a ride, are you?
Seriously?
Okay, well, what else?
All right. Now I know what we're up against. Right, Geralt. Let's sum up what we know so far.
As if we know a whole lot.
don't know much. It's a spirit of some sort. Torments the hermit for some unknown reason. It's immaterial, so I've got no idea how to fight it. If we can even find it, that is.
Geralt, please, I got this. It's definitely an Umbra, an immaterial wraith. This one's assumed the form of a horse.
An Umbra actually makes sense. Umbra are completely invisible, even to witchers. But how can you be sure?
Because it's not invisible to me, doofus. It's right over there. It's getting away! Come on, Witcher! Hop in the saddle! Gotta catch it! There's the Umbra! Let's go, Geralt! After it!
Alright, Roach, let's get this thing.
Hey! Gotta save my strength a bit. No telling how long we're gonna need to keep running. Geralt, we gotta have a man-to-horse talk. No offense, but your riding skills, they leave a bit to be desired, buddy. You'd really do me a solid if you could, apply a slightly surer hand. Be a little more decisive about where you want me to go. Sometimes I got no idea, buddy. Do I go left, right, toward where I'm standing?
Yeah, and it'd be great if you could respond more fluidly to my commands.
Hey, heard this one? Horse walks into a tavern, and the innkeeper says, "Hey, pal, why the long face?" Ha!
Yeah, very funny, Roach.
Let's not lose sight of that Umbra. Can you see it now?
Yeah, it's right there. Run, Roach.
What the fuck do you think I'm doing?
Oh my god. I wish we could talk to him more often.
As long as we're being candid, I gotta ask. Why do you sometimes buck me off in the middle of a fight?
First I've heard. Don't recall that ever happening.
Of course you don't. Hey-ya!
Yeah, I'm starting to wonder if we should just shoot the damn thing.
Melted into thin air.
Yeah, you might have, but what the hell are these things?
Oh, fuck! Geralt, watch out!
Yeah, I see him.
Good gods! What's with the overgrown demon cats? Help!
Yeah, speaking of help, maybe you could do something?
Come on!
Alright, there we go. Question is, now what?
Some kind of glowy magic thing going on with this tombstone. We should check it out.
I was just about to say the same thing. Huh, wonder if that thing's any good. Oh, nice.
Marcello Clerici, knight. Died last year. Was more or less the same age as our hermit. Seems his spirit's become a horse-shaped umbra that's tormenting Penastri.
Why are you telling me this? I can read and draw my own conclusions.
Thinking aloud, that's all. Helps me focus.
Geralt, it's the Umbra! Attack!
Let me explain.
Talk, but make it fast. Why are you tormenting the hermit?
She torments me, refuses to forgive me. I'm denied peace in the afterlife, and it's all her doing. Each day I come and beg her for clemency.
Beg her for clemency. You drink her blood, drive her mad with fear.
I don't know how to explain it, but yes, a monstrous force takes me. Though I also know I'll not have peace till the day Pinastri forgives me.
And what exactly did you do to piss her off?
You and the hermit, how do you know each other?
We met as babes, grew up side by side. I loved her. Yet she was always sad. Nothing could cheer her. The world terrified her. I thought her gloom came from being poor. So I did my damnedest to take us from our village, make us a better life elsewhere. Became a squire, took her with me to the palace. But Pinastri soon learned nobles are no more decent than peasants, not a speck. Once even I'd grown vile to her eyes, she fled the palace and joined the flagellants. I left the court to be near her, yet she cast me off. Said she didn't want to know me. When the whip-bearers proved too hard-hearted for her too, she became a hermit. I see it clearly now, though I never understood her while alive. From the grave's dark depth, the living are bright, sharp flares. You see all their thoughts at once? Now I understand why she had to cast me off.
She's full of rage. Probably what turned you into an Umbra.
And what's with the horse? Why did you choose that?
Why take the form of a horse?
A horse? What do you mean? Each day since I died, a power lifts me from my grave and makes me run. Then I return with blood in my mouth. I don't know what this is, how it comes to pass, but I do know the torment will continue until she forgives me. But she sees me as a horse, you say?
Seems so. Same way I saw you.
Like I said before, mind telling me what exactly you did to her? Besides bringing her to the nobles?
Must have hurt her something awful if she refuses to forgive you, would rather see you suffer. What did you do?
To her? Nothing. But my horse, I flogged it to death. Pinastri, she saw this. A proud stallion, my Blaze. But he was a bucker, and tossed me during a tourney. One I'd wanted to win badly. Pinastri had been so glad they'd let me stand. Me, a peasant's son. I wanted to win it for her. But that horse made me lose. Rage overcame me. I struck and struck, until at last he fell. Oh, the regret! I beg you forgive me. Absolve me in Blaze's very name.
Roach, what do you say? Does he deserve mercy? And I mean, after all, we're not really the ones you should be asking.
Can't forgive you for that. Not in my power.
But your horse could? Please, I'd do anything. I'm desperate. Help me. Noble mare, forgive me my sin.
What do you think, Roach? This one's up to you.
free his spirit, pardoning him on behalf of his horse. But you shouldn't do it if you don't think he deserves forgiveness.
Did a rotten thing. Got no excuse. Your horse was loyal. Did the best damn job he could. 'Cause that's how we horses are.
True. I know I deserved what befell me.
But we aren't vengeful, don't hold grudges, don't dwell on being left in monster-infested woods. So, in your poor Blaze's name, I forgive you.
Oh, thank you. I feel it's incredible. Such relief, such lightness.
All right then. Guess we might as well head back. Penastri's nights ought to be ghost-free from now on. Anything to add, Geralt?
Nope. Let's go see her.